All right, so now we're on to the equation section, and we'll begin right away by looking over number 6. I just want to remind you, you watch the video here for section A, then you try section B, bring it into me. Don't do section C before I check over section B. I want to make sure you're doing it right. And then you can go on to section C. Okay, equation sections, section A. So solve for n in the equation below. Pretty straightforward. You just have to distribute that 2 and get to work. So, distributing the 2, I get 6n minus 10 plus n plus 4 is 43. It's clearly a same side situation. 6n and 1n makes 7n. Negative 10 and 4 makes negative 6 is 43. Add 6 to both sides, and I get 7n is 49. Divide by 7, n equals 7. So, the correct answer to number 6 is 7. Pretty straightforward. They don't usually give you straightforward equation questions like that on the test. They usually have them couched within a little bit more difficult problems, but they do give inequalities a lot that are as straightforward as that. Okay, next. The distance of free-falling object can be modeled by that equation, d equals a half at squared. What is t in terms of a and d? So I'm going to go to d equals 1/2 at squared. It wants to know what is t. So I wanted to say t equals. So the first thing I have to realize is that this 1/2 is the same exact thing as dividing by 2. So the opposite then would be to multiply by 2. So I get 2d equals, die there, at squared. I still don't have t by itself. I now need to divide by a. I remember being pleasantly surprised by how well kids did on the test with this question. So now I have t squared equals 2d over a, and now the inverse or opposite operation of squaring is to square root. So I square root both sides, and I get the square root of 2d over a equals, now the square root of t squared is just t. They undo each other like multiplying and dividing by 5 or 2 would do for that. So t equals the square root of 2d over a, and the square root of 2d over a is choice 2. I do want to caution you that if you want to get technical, this should be plus or minus on the outside. Sometimes they include that, sometimes they don't. But in this case, since they don't have it, and the best answer is going to, oh, see, look, I circled the wrong one. Oh, no, I circled the right one, 2d over a. This one is the wrong one. I saw the 2 there. That would be wrong. It technically should have plus or minus there. It doesn't, but it's the best choice of the ones who are there. Okay. Next one will be, oh man, I don't like that. We gotta go all the way until I find this section again. I apologize. And here we go. All right, find the largest of 3 consecutive integers whose sum is 27. And I always like to go over here and write this stuff out. First, consecutive integer, second consecutive integer, third consecutive integer. So I've done the 3 consecutive integers. The largest would be, remember, they're going to be n plus 1, and n plus 2. So I did that, and then whose sum is 27. So if I add them up, n plus 1 plus n plus 2. First one, second one, third one, there they are to match, is 27. Adding them all up, 1n, 2n, 3n, plus 3 is 27, minus the 3, and I get, I'm going to go up here, 3n is 24, divide by 3, n is 8. But it wants me to find the largest, so this is 8, this is 9, this is 10. 10 is the correct answer. Okay? All right. Next up. Oh, man, come on. A park at the center of Roscoe, New York. And by the way, the Beaverkill River runs through Roscoe, and it meets the Willowemic. Great trout fishing up there. Park at the center of Roscoe, New York is shaped like a rectangle. So we said that the setup is so important, and when we read about a shape, we put the shape in there. The town board trustees decides to put a fence around the park. So since it's going around, I'm thinking perimeter here. If the length of the park is 10 feet less than twice the width, so if the width is W, the length is 10 foot less than that, which is 2W minus 10 foot less than twice the width, keyword there. Find the area of the park if the perimeter is 580. So this is also going to be W, that's also going to be 2W minus 10. I can start crossing it out. I use the rectangle, the town board, I don't care. Put a fence around the park, great. If the length of the park is 10 feet less than twice the width, I got all of that. Now, it says here the perimeter is 580. So if I add up all the sides, I'm going to do this in my head. 1W, 3W, 4W, 6W. Again, I added up all my W's while they were in the diagram. And a negative 10 and a negative 10 is a negative 20 equals 580. Adding 20 to both sides, I get 6W is 600. Dividing by 6, and I get W is 100. So this side's 100, and this side is 2 times 100, which is 200 minus 10 is 190. But that doesn't answer the question. It wants the area. So the area is 190 times 100, which equals 19,000. And 19,000 is the correct answer. Okay? 19,000 is the correct answer. All right, next up. A little more challenging consecutive integer problem. You know, this is happening like crazy over here. Find 3 consecutive odd integers such that blah, 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 blah. I'm going to start with the 3 consecutive odd integers. Ready? First, consecutive odd integer. Second, consecutive odd integer. Third, consecutive odd integer. N plus 2, n plus 4. Whether you're odd or even, you both go up by 2s and 4s and 6s and so on. Okay, so 3 consecutive odd integers. I cross it off. The sum of the first and 3 times the third. So the first is n plus 3 times the third is 3 times n plus 4. So this is the first one. This is the third one times 3. Is equals 26 more than twice the second. So this is twice the second and 26 more than that. Remember, more than less than, switch the order. Last shall be first, first shall be last. This is twice the second, 26 more than it. Now I can cross that out. And I need to solve. Distributing the 3, distributing the 2. N plus 3n plus 12. Sometimes kids write 4 there. The 3 has to be multiplied by both. Equals 2n plus 4 plus 26. Remember, 2 times 2 is 4, not 2. Same side, same operation. 4n plus 12 equals 2n, get those guys together, plus 30. Opposite side, opposite operation. Now, there's my 2n's. 2n plus 12 is 30, minus the 12. 2n is 18, divide by 2, n is 9. Now going back, it said find 3 consecutive odd integers, 9, 11, 13. There are my consecutive odd integers. All right, that's the equation work all done.